We try to do it. We're all tired, but when it comes, that hour comes up, you gotta fucking be there.
You have to just channel a different part of your brain, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And go 110%.
Have you seen that AI generated art? I'm a firm believer that the quicker things blow up, the quicker it'll just die off. Whenever I need music gear, I always go to sweetwater.com. If it's mics, headphones, or studio and recording gear, Sweetwater has you covered. Next time you need any music gear, support the podcast by using the link in the description and comment section below. I'm officially 37. Feels good.
How's it feel, man?
I got my shitty beard.
Nice.
It feels good.
It's growing in, I can see.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, that's awesome.
We just got back from Mexico City.
How was that, man?
It was sick. Played Hell in Heaven Festival with Kiss. It was pretty awesome. There's some kind of like behind the scenes stuff. Like I got robbed. And,
no way.
Yeah, not like I got robbed in the best way possible.
Okay.
So, I mean, and you saw how I was right before I left here. I mean, I was pretty fucking exhausted. Mm-hmm. And then my birthday hangout was the night before. So I woke up hungover, barely was at the airport.
Right.
And then we fly in on my birthday, and then we went straight from the airport to like a restaurant. So we had like a celebratory, meat, a michelada, and a fucking like the whole nine.
Nice.
And left my like an idiot. It's my fault if you really like break it down, but left my backpack on the shuttle.
Oh man.
And trusted whoever was in there, and I got basically like all of our gear was in there and like our personal belongings, and then I went to the hotel room, looked for that $30 and it was gone.
Oh man.
So I mean, I can only imagine like whoever was driving us, like, well, this went. Unzipped all the backpacks. He was in there.
Yeah.
Quick little fucking. It was right at the top. It was like,
oh man,
gone. It's like, but I'm an idiot for leaving my backpack. It's just.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, it's tough. What was everything stolen from it, or just those $30?
No, it was just that.
Oh, luckily it was just that.
Oh, it could have been so much worse.
They just took the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I had my laptop with me because I needed to do like this shit when I was out there, and
right.
Some headphones, but could have been way worse.
Yeah, it could have been. Man, that's scary.
You got to watch your shit,
I've had some close calls for sure, so I know how that goes.
And what's funny is that I had a feeling, even like before, I had a hungover thought and feeling before we even left my house to the shuttle to go to the airport. And because when they have your luggage, the airport has your luggage. You check it in, but they're going to open it up.
They're going to look at it.
Before it goes on the plane. We always kind of like forget that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, because I was like, my backpack's kind of full. I was like, I'll put my journal in my guitar case.
Right.
And it's something that's like, didn't feel right. I'm like,
oh man.
I can only imagine my journal. The only personal thing I have in my life is disappearing. So I already had a thought process and feeling before I even left.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? I'll put it back in my backpack. Mm-hmm. And again, sure enough, I left it alone for an hour, and money is gone. And then to the hotel, it's funny. Even I left to go to the show. I'm like, I can't leave anything in here.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows in this hotel that bands are staying here.
Right.
And they all know their schedule when they leave. So all it takes is like to someone else getting the key to your room, and
so
they
sketchy.
Take whatever they fucking want. And so just to be safe, you got to be safe, Mm-hmm. And I took my backpack, and I literally, when we were playing, I took my backpack on stage in front of my cabs.
Oh shit!
So I always had it with me.
That's dope. That's always yeah.
I literally brought my backpack on stage, and then right before we went on, I put it right by my fucking speakers.
Yeah.
You don't know.
It's just nice to have that peace of mind. Like, okay, I see it. It's right there. Like, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sucks about traveling, Mm-hmm. Not only are you in an unfamiliar place, but you have all your stuff with you.
Yep.
And you're like constantly having to think, okay, I have this, I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should always be mindful of, what's around us, who's around us. We don't know. And personally, I don't really trust anybody, really. So it's just, someone looks normal, but they'll fucking jack your shit. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you never know.
Yeah, or you could be, which I personally do believe. I'm kind of talking negatively here, but personally, I think most people are good. But let's say you're in a room full of people, all it takes is one person.
Yeah, I guess
one.
Out of a room full of whatever, 30 people, right? One to two could be thinking something sketchy.
Totally.
And it's actually, I guess statistically, right, probably likely.
What do you think that number is? 1 out of 30? 1 out of 100? 1 out of 1,000?
I would say at least 1 out of 30.
1 out of 30.
I think so. Maybe they won't act on it. Maybe they won't do anything, but they're thinking about it. Maybe had the thought.
Maybe thinking 1 out of 30 is healthy. Well, it'll kind of keep your brain in check,
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good number.
1 out of 30.
Yeah.
Imagine being in a room with 30 people and one of them's going to steal your shit.
Yeah, and yeah. And that's assuming, I guess, that there's people you don't know there. You know what I mean?
Which most of the time is the case.
Yeah, it would be one thing if it was 30 people and, let's say if it's a tour, right? It's all the people on the tour. You usually don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
For the most part. But, if there was, friends there and, acquaintances and things like that, then that's when it gets a little sketchy, I think.
Yeah, it's so fucking silly, dude. But, obviously, could have been worse. Show was great.
Nice.
Our room was right across the street from Slaughter to Prevail.
Oh, sweet.
We're just hanging out with them the whole night.
Yeah,
it
I love
was
those guys.
Fucking cold.
Oh, I bet.
Being cold makes you feel like a pussy. It's like I'm just here just shaking. I'm like, what?
Right.
It's just a little cold, man. God.
There is something that hits different. I kind of like the cold, but when it's real deal cold,
Yeah, it was cold.
there's not really much you could do about that.
Yeah.
The heat, you could turn on a fan. There's things you could do. When it's cold, like that Midwest, Wisconsin weather where it's negative 20, it's it's just cold. There's nothing you could do about it.
I know. There's two kinds of people. One person likes the hot. People I like being cold more because you have the option if you have a jacket or a blanket that you get warm. But when you're hot, you're just fucking hot.
Yeah, that's the thing. I usually like the cold, but I always preface because I know there's places that are scary cold.
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go somewhere where it's 0 or under 0. But
that.
I like being, 50, 40 degree weather. I'm cool with that. I put on a hoodie. I'm cozy. I would prefer that over 110 degrees.
Same.
Go to Arizona and it's just feel like the surface of the sun.
Yeah.
I'm not down with that.
Yeah, totally. Dude, shout out to Slaughter because they played great. Alex, their singer, he's a fucking cool guy, man.
That's what I've heard. I've actually never met him, but seems like a good guy.
Yeah, he has which I love in music. He has that personality, especially for I guess you'd say deathcore. He just has that thing,
the star power. You would say.
I love that. I was hanging out with their guitar player Jack, great guy.
Yeah.
And man, when they played after us, I was in a shitty mood. I guess the act of being robbed was just kind of in my subconscious. I want to go home.
Right.
I'm fucking running on fumes, and watching them gave me a second wind. They were so sick. They said that their sound is a classic OG sound. They played great, and I was like, damn, this is sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah, they do have that early 2000s deathcore sound, right? Mm-hmm. They're kind of bringing it back a little bit.
Yeah, and it's executed
so well.
It's hard to do something but execute it.
And in their own way, where it's not oh, you're just copying the sound and
no,
it's not a tribute. It's they're doing it in their own way.
Exactly. They're their own band, their own sounds. I listened to their first record today when I was at the gym.
Yeah.
It's these guys are fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
So cool.
And so much energy, too.
The energy.
You could tell they feel what they're playing.
Yeah. You can't fake energy, dude.
No.
Especially in this music. You feel it, and I felt that. I felt that band.
You know the difference, especially at a live show.
Totally.
You really can tell the difference.
Yeah. And shows like that too are really special because everyone's kind of tired. Everyone had a shitty flight. They came from Russia, so I don't imagine how they fucking felt.
Yeah, that's nuts. Russia to Mexico.
So that when you have that added like exhaustion, and you can still deliver, I think it's like a special band.
Yeah, definitely special.
We try to do it. We're all tired, but when it comes that hour comes up, you gotta fucking be there.
You have to just channel a different part of your brain, right? To get to that, like...
Totally. Oh, yeah.
Like, to play... Like, you're exhausted, and you have to play the most intense genre of music that exists.
Pretty much, yeah.
And go 110% the whole time. So, I think you have to channel definitely a different part of your brain.
Yes.
It's like a alter ego or whatever you want to call it.
It is, yeah. You definitely go somewhere else.
I think so. I've seen you guys do it. I've seen a couple of bands do that on stage, and it's always really cool.
Yeah.
To like just see, it's like an artistic, performance art kind of thing. It's really cool.
Yeah. But it's fun. Great time. Great dudes. And Pantera played 2 days before.
Oh yeah.
So I've been watching videos and stuff. So I'm gonna hold my my opinion until we go out. Because we actually fly out to Colombia today, so we do that Knotfest thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's going to be Pantera's third show.
Oh wow.
So I'm kind of holding. You can't tell like a live show through like a YouTube video,
especially a band like that where they took such a long break. I can't. I have to. I agree with you. Like I have to reserve my judgment for like until I see it in person.
You got to see it in person, man.
Yeah.
There's just nothing like a live. You watch all the videos you want, but you have no idea. It's like you really have to go out and see it, feel it. There's just something about it.
And that's Pantera in general because I've, unfortunately I never got to see them like with the original lineup, but that's what I heard is that when you see it live, it doesn't even compare to like the live videos, which already look sick. Like I love looking at old 90s Pantera videos, but
same.
I heard when you're there for it, it's like a whole different animal. It's like crazy.
Yeah, those are great bands too. Like if you watch a video and they're that sick, you're like, how was this like when you were there? Oh my goodness!
You're like, I can't even imagine actually being there. Yeah,
yeah. Pantera show, I can't even imagine. So looking forward to that.
It's gonna be fun.
A lot of cool bands playing. Ben did, Sepultura, Us. A band I never really got into, but I probably should. Venom.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
Ever heard of Venom?
Technically the first black metal band, right?
Yeah, pretty sick. Trivium, a band I want to see really bad. Bring Me the Horizon, they're fucking sick.
Oh, dude, that band is incredible live.
I can't wait to see them.
I saw them last at Knotfest. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, they're like the perfect live rock band. I feel like, energy wise.
Yeah.
And just like Ollie is literally a rock star. Like he's so good at commanding the crowd and like, yeah, he's incredible.
It's funny how you call Bring Me a rock band.
Are
we there?
Yeah, they're a rock band. I mean, they're also a metal band. They're both.
What are they?
They're kind of that's what I love about them. They kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I mean, they have legit pop songs. Mm-hmm. And then, if you listen to that Post-Human Survival album, some of the heaviest shit I've ever heard. That Dear Diary song is so heavy. Like, that's what I love about them. They can do anything. They can jump around genres and make it sound seamless.
They did it, man.
Yeah, they just have that formula.
Yeah, Lee, their guitar player is a fucking madman.
Oh yeah, absolute madman.
No one ever talks about him either.
No.
Lee is fucking sick, dude. What a rhythm player, man.
Yeah, I would say, a lot of people don't talk about like the rest of the band. They should because they're all super talented.
Same guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their bass player and the drummer. Jordan's sick, obviously, Jordan Fish. But yeah, not a lot of people talk about Lee. He's a phenomenal, special rhythm guitar player, man.
There's always those like underrated members in a band, right? Mm-hmm. Where people just, maybe they're not like, they don't have like that star power thing, and that maybe that's not their personality type,
Yeah, it's crazy.
But they're like sometimes the genius behind the band.
Yeah, fuck, like, who talks about Dan from Disturbed?
I don't think I've ever heard anybody.
Yeah, Dan Donegan, sick ass guitar player,
legend.
No one ever talks about him.
It's weird how that happens.
It's so I never got that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like if you look at the bands that headline the festivals, like the guitar players don't really get talked about. It's so strange.
Like Deftones, people don't really talk about Stephen Carpenter that much.
Not enough.
Not enough, you know what I mean, for like how talented he is. There's a couple guys like that.
Yeah. But they'll talk about this kind of guitar player,
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's because certain bands are more of like a guitar-driven band. Like certain bands are like for guitarists, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And those are the bands where they recognize the guitar player. Like maybe they're super shreddy or like there's something about what they do. Yeah. Where like kids who are guitar players or they want to be guitar players like idolize them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's when guitar players get that like fandom kind of thing.
Interesting, huh?
Like a more guitar-driven band, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you're like a rhythm player, you really gotta. It's really hard to get that.
There's only a couple rhythm players that are like really, really known, huh?
Yeah.
That's a trip.
Hey, who are some known players? I mean, the Korn guys are known.
Yeah.
Darren's known.
Darren.
From System.
Yeah.
Jim Root and Mick are known.
Slipknot's the best example of that, I would say.
They're very known.
Yeah, they're probably the best example.
Wes Borland is very known.
Frederick from Meshuggah.
He's very known, yeah.
Extremely known.
Yeah. Again, similar to Disturbed, Stained. No one talks about Mike.
Oh, no.
God damn, that first record, Dysfunction. What a great guitar player, man.
Dude, that first album is so heavy.
It's fucking...
Dude, Raw.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
The way it comes in is like so... It's crazy how close to Korn they were with that record as far as like energy.
So? Yeah, maybe it's similar energy factor.
Not that they sound like Korn, but like it had that like savage factor to it.
The way that song comes in is sick. Mm-hmm. It's just fucking...
It's just weird that it's the same guy, that did like It's Been a While and all that kind of stuff. My brain like kind of like trips out when I listen to those old Stain songs.
Yeah, people forget about Stain because they went so radio after that record. People forget about that first record.
They flipped harder than maybe any other band I've ever heard.
Yeah, totally.
As far as like going completely the opposite genre.
They had like a few songs here and there on Break the Cycle, but like no one talks about that first record.
And it's so legitimately heavy. Like
it's
heavy as fuck. Like not, there's certain bands like Nickelback has heavy parts. You know what I mean? But this isn't that. No. This is like a legitimate nu metal, like heavy ass record. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're talking late '90s, already tuning down to G sharp.
Right.
Geek stuff.
Yeah, stuff that was way like ahead of their time.
Yeah, I know that stuff. I'm so cool. Oh my gosh! Yeah, fucking G. He had a unique tuning. Yeah, G sharp. It's low fucking shit, dude. So
I love those sharp tunings.
Yeah,
like F sharp sounds sick too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, F sharp. Oh, is that
After
G?
the Burial uses that a lot.
Is it F sharp or G? I don't know.
They've used both, but
okay. Yeah, I love those tunings, man. Anything sharp or flat, I'm in.
Yeah, the notes just kind of like they come out more in the mix or something. There's something about it.
Anything low, I'm horned though. What are we talking about, dude?
Yeah, fuck these tunings, dude. Who cares?
God, you're just fucking. If it's low and it's heavy, dude. That's
low and slow.
low and slow, heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Those ass beater riffs, man. That's what I'm all about,
dude. It's gotta be an ass beater riff, dude.
Has to be.
So we touched on it last week, but I didn't. It hit me today on the drive up here. Like how much I love Sevendust.
Yeah, that band is sick.
I didn't realize how much I love them until like today.
I feel like I didn't realize how much I like them until we went to that show and saw them live.
Oh yeah.
That kind of sealed the deal for me.
Yeah.
Seeing it in person, I was like, man, this band so underrated and just like they kind of like I know Meshuggah is like the band that like technically created like djent or like that kind of thing, but Sevendust did like that style, like the heavy palm muted riffs with like the clean choruses probably before anyone.
Yes.
That's what I recognize. I'm like, damn, it's like super heavy, but also super melodic and catchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of bands do now. Like the Architects band, you know, like whatever band you name it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They were doing that in like the 90s.
You're right. If I hear any band in any kind of sound, I think about Meshuggah and Sevendust every
Yeah.
time. It's just like
That's
those
so
two
true.
bands. It's like if you combine those bands, you have a lot of what's
Modern
out.
metal,
It's just
basically.
like, and it's a shame, you know. And we have Morgan in here. He's a fucking great dude. Not a lot of bands talk about Sevendust, and
No.
they all sound like him.
They're insanely underrated. Insanely underrated.
It's so weird. So I wrote down a question for you, and apparently, you know, we're talking last week. Like Sevendust was my number one. I didn't even know that. Like shit, they are one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Like top 3, and I think most people have a go-to band, song, or record that I don't know. Like you could be you can be in any kind of mood. Like you could be. For me, it's like it's a very like I don't even know what I'm trying to explain or describe right now. But it's like it could be either sad or you're low or like there's something or you want to feel something. I can't explain it.
It's universal. Like
It's like there's something that I'm missing, and I feel like I'm missing something. That band I always go to first is Sevendust, and that hit me today. I was
That's awesome.
It's like man, I just want to feel good, and it's always Sevendust.
they feel that kind of like void that you have, right? Like they,
I don't know what it is.
There's something that it works.
Totally,
It puts your brain at like ease almost.
it does.
Like you know, there's comfort food, there's comfort music too.
Mm-hmm.
It's that same kind of thing.
Yeah, it just makes you feel good. It reminds you about life, and it makes you think about life. You know.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I want to ask you, like, you know, what's do you have like your like go-to band
Yeah. Yeah.
without you knowing, you know?
Oh,
Shit, I always go to that band.
Well, the obvious one, I guess, for me is Deftones, because I'm pretty open about being a big Deftones fan.
Okay.
Like White Pony, especially.
Oh yeah.
That album is like, because that's what I thought of when you said the album that you could put on at any time. Because there's something for every mood in that album.
There is.
You know,
It really is.
it has the chaotic, savage parts, and then it has like the beautiful, like atmospheric parts where you feel like you're floating on a cloud. You know,
Yeah, that record has it all.
that's why I think it might be a perfect record, perfect like rock record. I think.
That might be the perfect record. If you look at all the records during that time, that might be the one. Where
Just
it's
like from start to
so-
finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, White Pony is so like universally the sickest. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because it's like both primal and sophisticated at the same time. And I don't know if there's another album that does that in the way that album does.
I never heard of someone describe a band as sophisticated.
That's how I feel about it.
Wow.
Like both at the same time. It's like very odd that they can accomplish both extremes in one go.
It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deftones did it, Korn did it.
Korn did it
When
for
you-
sure.
When you have those extremes in one record. Mm-hmm. You know, those ups and downs and like
Dude, Issues has that for sure. Like
Oh, yeah.
the Issues album from Korn. There's some bangers on there, but then there's like some really like beautiful chords on there and melodies and stuff for sure.
oh yeah. Dude, Follow Leader might be the best record of all time.
Yeah, that one too.
It's just,
I love both of those records.
It's just probably like the sickest record.
I would put it up there. I would say that's a 10. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like no skip. You have to play every song.
Yeah, you could put that record on just front to back, like, damn, what were they doing?
You know it's a good record. Like if you're on a road trip, right? And you put on an album and you don't skip any songs.
Oh yeah, if you
You
put
just
that,
let it run.
yep, you're right. You let it run. Everyone will be stoked in the drive.
Because you know when you're playing like a song on a road trip and the vibe kind of like drops down, you're like, wait, I
Yeah.
got to switch the song because this isn't really like working right now. There's some albums where you don't need to do that.
Just play it front to back.
Just front to back and it's a vibe.
It's funny. I always bring it up to my lady. Like if we're driving to like San Diego, I'm like, just put on a record because you want to have experience when
Yeah.
you get to the because you're driving to a experience.
Yeah.
So let's have an experience to the experience, you know?
Yeah, I can't have a quiet drive.
Yeah.
Like without music or like some kind of audio going on.
Yeah.
You know, I like to have that experience while I'm driving.
Yeah. All right, Zach, be honest with me. Okay.
Okay.
This is why you're here. I need you to be honest.
Okay.
Am I old?
No. Wait.
You paused,
what's your definition of old, dude?
I don't fucking. I'm out here. This is You paused.
I was like, well, I was not expecting that question.
Okay. So I brought up because back in my day, you put in like a full record, right? So we're talking about having the experience when you're driving, and I was like, am I that guy? Are we like another generation of person where you want to put in a record front to back, let it flow? Because playlists sometimes for me are sick, but not always sick.
I agree.
Where it's like if you're doing something for like, let's say an hour, you really want some kind of flow, like some kind of journey, And with the playlist, you kind of get it's just maybe too much coming at you at once. It's like, okay, this is a song, then this single, then this single, then this hot song. It's just too much. I'm like, I just want this let's just follow what the music is supposed to do.
I get it.
Is that a way of thinking?
I think compared to like Gen Z, it is. Ooh. Because I'm old compared to that.
Really?
I'm super old compared to like kids who are like 16 right now.
Dang.
Dude. There are artists that like where this is actually a crazy thing that's been happening like with TikTok. They call it TikTok artists where like they'll make a dance or a skit and it'll only be like 10 seconds of a song. Mm-hmm. Well, there are artists that'll perform and literally the audience only knows like 10 seconds of the lyrics.
No.
And then the rest of the song, they're quiet.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's how short the attention span is on like some kids. Not all, I don't want to generalize, but like some kids from that generation. Where it's like, not only will they not listen to a whole album, they might not even listen to like half of a song. They'll skip it after the one part they want to hear.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm super old because I would never do that. I'm super old compared to that.
I'm basically your grandpa.
Well, that made me feel old when I heard that was going on.
Dude.
Because I'm like, wait, you guys... Because that means they're not even listening to the song. Mm-hmm. Like, they're only hearing this song on TikTok, and it never occurred to them, like, oh, let me look up this song and actually listen to it. This song where I really like this one part.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like a obvious thing, right? You like a chorus or a hook, whatever it might be. Okay, let me go listen to this song because I obviously like it.
Yes.
But that's not happening anymore in a lot of cases.
They're just kind of seeing what this is, like a clip, and then they leave it at that.
They just leave it, move on.
Fuck.
They don't need to know who it is. It doesn't matter who sings it. It doesn't matter what the song's called.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's
it's weird. It's super weird.
That's very concerning.
Yeah, it's strange.
What I did notice about, again, I'm not, this might sound like I'm generalizing the whole TikTok culture, but what I noticed in my personal experience with TikTok, which I'm on there, I like posting clips from this, and what I noticed the difference between TikTok and Instagram, big difference was if I post a video on Instagram, I get more
feedback,
I guess you say longevity. Like if I post something, I can see numbers jump on YouTube or on Spotify. Like people are actually they're going to do research, or they're going to go on my page and at least like a picture or something. Like wait, who is this guy?
Right.
Who's this guy?
There's more interest, general interest
exactly.
of who you are.
It's like, who's this idiot with long hair talking? They'll do some kind of research. With TikTok, I noticed they'll watch the clip and then ask in the comments, who are you? They'll do no research.
None. Absolutely none.
They won't do one click to see, oh, that's Guitar Player for Suicide.
Right.
It's like it's one click to my homepage.
Well, because you're already on the home feed on TikTok, so all you're doing is scrolling up.
Exactly. So basically, you see this clip and then they're gone.
Never, like the chances of them going to your page, I'm sure some will, but like it's not like a big possibility.
Yeah. I'm not saying this is like the all in be all of TikTok, but that's what I personally noticed. It's like, oh shit, like no one's really doing any digging.
Well, it's just it's rewarding the short attention span. That's what TikTok does.
Yeah,
it rewards you for doing that, for not like looking at something for longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think a lot of the likes or maybe even follows are bots, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean that's every Instagram.
Sure,
there's bots. And bots are like
body.
That could be a whole conversation, but bots are like ruining social media.
Yeah,
there needs to be like some kind of like software. Like there needs to be some kind of way to handle that. Yeah. Because I'm seeing more bot comments, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, than real people at this point. And it's very odd. Like, it's almost like we don't even get to interact with each other. Yeah. The bots are just interacting with each other now.
Whoa.
It's super strange.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't like it, man. It's very... And that sucks, too, because it messes with the algorithm. You know what I mean? So now real people aren't seeing posts. It's just bots. Bot accounts seeing it. So, like, your reach isn't even, like, reaching people.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's messed up.
That's messed up. And I think you have... Because my approach to social media is like, okay, like... Because I agree with you with the bot thing. But I think... I'm not saying Facebook or Instagram don't have bots. I know that it's obvious. But there seems to be a major fucking jump when you go from Instagram to TikTok.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as bots. And, like... It's like, why... I posted one video. I went, like... There's fucking 30,000 views. That's what's like the
Well, yeah, because TikTok, the difference between Instagram and TikTok is TikTok will like they want stuff to blow up, like they actually want stuff to blow up on their platform, so they will bot video, like they'll like create fake engagement on like random people's posts, and that's how they blow up. They inflate the numbers so that it goes higher up on the algorithm because they want more viral videos.
Damn.
But that's someone's job, is to like make basically force a video to go viral. Like on TikTok, because they'll like put it on the front page and like really push it.
Whoa.
Versus Instagram doesn't care that much. They don't.
Yeah, it's like whatever happens.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. They have like their collections now, so they're kind of trying to do that, but it's not on the same level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine like being like a guy or like a chick and like you slide into a bot's DMs because you think it's like a real person,
right?
Trying to get that bot action,
Now they have the AI bot technology, so
trying to fucking get that AI fuck going on,
Dude, it's like that movie. Have you seen Ex Machina?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to see it. It's a trip.
What is it?
To make a very long story short, it's this super smart scientist that gets flown out to this like remote location where this other really smart scientist made this perfect AI bot that is indistinguishable from a human being. And then he has to do something called a Turing test where he like tries to see if the AI passes as human. And it was so realistic and so convincing that he started to fall for the AI.
Oh my goodness.
And then the AI obviously took advantage of that. And
of course,
I won't ruin the movie, but it was actually kind of scary because I'm like, now we're actually getting to that point where like something like that could be possible.
It's like some Black Mirror shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was released around the same time as Black Mirror.
Oh, really? Okay.
Same time period, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like I think it came out in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Around then. And now there's AI that does that, so.
Dude. Have you seen that, excuse me, that AI generated art? It's like, someone said make art like
Lenza.
Alex Gray.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Lenza.
Oh, yeah.
That's the app, yeah.
Oh, I was like,
it's a trip.
Dude, that's scary.
It's crazy that they got that many people to pay for it, too. It's not free.
It's not free?
No, it's like $4 or $5 or something like that.
Oh, shit, man. How many people got that?
You know what I mean? Like, damn, a lot of people paid money for that.
Yeah.
It's a trip. I mean, it is cool. You know what I mean? Because it looks really good, and you get, like, apparently, like, a bunch of different options. It's like a pack.
What the fuck?
So you get a version of you in every different art style. But it's crazy.
So weird.
I'm always fascinated by trends that blow up quickly like that. Like overnight, it's like everyone's posting the AI. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what made that happen? Like, what sparked that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I always trip out on.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that the quicker things blow up, the quicker it'll just die off.
Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of usually like the case. It's funny. I just posted a comment on my Instagram on like Misha's fucking profile because he posted. So he made an AI song.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like, so he posted like the fucking lyrics, and the chorus said "pee in my hair." And I posted a comment too. This if pee in my hair for a chorus, that shit will fucking be that will blow up.
Oh yeah, that's viral right there.
Do pee in my hair chorus?
That sounds like a hyperpop chorus, like 100 gex, like one of those like alt pop, hyper pop kind of choruses, with like weird lyrics.
Pee in my hair. I don't care. Let's just fuck. So,
bro, that is a hyper pop chorus right there,
dude.
That's awesome.
It's what? So what? I forgot how you what you did, but it's probably similar to the art where you put like an idea into this app, correct?
Yeah,
and then they just puts out a fucking song.
Spits out a song. Yeah,
I was like, the fact that they came out that way, I'm like, what the?
That's so funny. That's the scary thing about AI is like technically it does have a mind of its own. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that's the definition of AI is that it's sentient. It's like aware of itself kind of thing.
What the fuck?
And
dude?
it's aware of the universe. So it can pick up things from like pop culture or like memes and like it understands humor and things like that. So it's crazy how it can be so aware of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and this is still at the beginning stages too.
Oh yeah, we're so early on to it.
This is gonna get
more advanced.
Yeah, more advanced, more detailed.
We're definitely gonna get to a point where it's like unrecognizable from a human. You won't know if you're talking to AI or a real person.
I think so too. I think. We see it in the comments.
Yeah,
it's like, is that a real person? You know,
right? You could always tell when you go to their page, but reading the comments, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it's like it's AI like comments. Is that like a real person in another country typing that, or is that kind of like is that? Because it's weird because it's so subject specific of like the post. So like name names. I don't know, like you put your name in there, like the band's name, and like it's like how did how do you just come up with that? Is that like a person doing that?
I think in some cases it is. If they have like a click farm thing where that's just their job is to spam people.
Damn.
But there's definitely AI that can do that. They can know like,
nuts,
okay,
dude.
Chris, I'm an AI, I'm gonna write you a comment.
You're 37, you're old, you're shat. Fucking give up, dude. It's over,
You
man.
just get a DM from an AI bot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a picture of a hot chick. Get some bot ass, dude.
Some bot, dude. That'd be so fun. You think you're it's like a 90 Day Fiance. You think you're meeting up with a chick.
Oh
and
my
it's just like an AI bot.
Fuck, dude.
It's literally just like like a metal frame person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never been, but have you been catfished?
No, never been catfished. I know people who have.
Dang.
Like I know people who have been on that show, Catfish.
They've been on the show?
Like someone tried to catfish them.
Fuck, they were on the show.
On the show, yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, you get paid for that, right?
I think so.
I think so. The only one is go on there for fucking free.
Bro, that show's a trip. Like when they meet the person who's behind it, it's always like, well, that kind of makes sense.
Well, if you're listening, watching, ask for a picture, ask for a phone call.
You got to FaceTime with them.
FaceTime.
Video. Because it's hard to fake video. A picture you can Photoshop. That's easy.
True. You're right.
Video. You got to go like, you know what I mean? Raise up 5 fingers.
Yeah. So back in my day, they called those red flags. Mm-hmm. So if you ask a question, but having a FaceTime and they say no, or some kind of weird they're kind of going around the question, that's what you call a red flag.
Well, that was going on because Yeah, I mean, were we talking about like the MySpace era? Because that was definitely a thing even back then.
Oh yeah.
I would actually argue there might have been more catfishes, not as many bots, but maybe more catfishes back then, especially with the scene era where like people would steal like famous scene girls' pictures and stuff like that and make like fake accounts and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
That was such a big thing back then.
It's a scary thing. So my I don't know if I should say this. Sorry, babe, but my girlfriend has an Instagram, but it's private. Because she's a very private person,
Right.
and for obvious reasons,
Right.
You know,
she doesn't want spam from, yeah.
Dino, Fear Factory Dino was in a different country. I believe he was in South America.
Right.
He was playing with Soulfly, and I guess he was in his hotel room, and someone in his crew went to his room, said, "Hey, there's a girl here to see you,"
What?
and gave him a picture, and it was my girlfriend. It was Cece.
What?
So what the girl, she didn't really have a reason, but for what she did, because she wanted to get Dino's attention or something similar to that,
Yeah.
she found maybe I assume she went into his profile, who's following him, who's he following, found, her profile.
Right.
But, I'm this girl, showed Dino that
Oh
I'm
my
this
God.
girl. So showed her profile.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
that's a private account.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
That's
a
insane.
pretty insane thing to do.
They somehow got access to the pictures on a private account.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
Dude, that's scary.
It's very. So, are we even private?
No, honestly, I'm a firm believer just because I've seen crazy stuff. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, nothing's private on the internet. If people really want it, they're gonna find it.
Oh, totally. Dude. I feel the same way. I was like, I always think like, there's definitely videos of me in like the dark web, taking shits. Like, you know what? If that leaks,
Your iPhone just recording.
I'm gonna get canceled for taking a shit. That's what's gonna happen, dude. It's like,
Can you get canceled for that?
who knows? In
in
5
your own
years from
in
now,
your own home, like
5 years from now, who knows, man? And I was like, dude, yeah, dude, you have a fucking. Think about it. Everyone listening and watching, you have a, because we all do. Most of us do something similar. We take a shit. We look at our emails, social media, or texts, but there's a camera staring right back at you.
oh yeah,
Or if you're showering, or
it's always there.
So I do my best to like kind of either put my phone like I might put my phone underneath like towels or something. Like it's just,
Yeah,
it's.
you never know.
But if something you wake up and it's like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna check my
Right.
check my emails right now.
I don't think about that nearly as much as I probably should.
You
but-
should. I'm sorry to break that news to all you listening, but give it a little bit more thought.
Yeah.
I'll get stoned and be like, just think about like, I think about my phone and be like, everything I put in my notepad, all my ideas and shit, someone can access that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's me being like a conspiracy guy or like any kind of
No, they for sure could.
anyone can access that.
Everyone knows like the whole hack, people's iPhones get hacked and photos get leaked and all that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
Yeah. I think what we can do is like at least don't make it so accessible. Like me personally, I'm gonna shake some people up right now, probably even you, Zach, but I don't use iCloud.
I don't either.
Good. It's like if
Because it's not insecure. It's not secure.
you're gonna put all your shit up into a cloud.
I just don't think Apple is that good at encryption compared to a company
yeah.
where that's all like Dropbox, where that's all they do is encryption. That's their whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because, the problem with iCloud is that it's connected to all your other cell phone's records. It's not another company.
Yeah.
That's my beef with it.
yeah.
I'm not going to trust the same company that I bought my phone from to encrypt my information. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I like it being from another separate entity. I think that makes it more secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have
Good call.
I have a
Great.
Google Drive and I have a Dropbox.
Great.
Google could get hacked. It's going to be a lot harder than Apple, though. Same thing with Dropbox.
Really? So Google is pretty hard to hack?
Yeah, because their whole thing is encryption. Like both companies,
Oh,
they're
okay.
big on storage. Like their storage is how they really like make a lot of their money.
Oh, wow. Really?
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I feel like I trust them more because it's their one job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one job.
You got one fucking job.
You ruined
Just encrypt our stuff, dude. That's it.
Shit. Okay. So we learned that you want to store anything, put it in your Dropbox and Google. I think.
just don't put
I
it in
think.
the same company where you're. I just don't like it being too close. It's like, okay, you bought this iPhone from Apple. All the records since you bought this phone are with Apple.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that. That's all connected to like also your photos and your documents and stuff. It's too close.
It's too close, man. You
Yeah.
know?
I guess maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a logical fallacy in that, but I think that's just me trying to be like practical and logical about things.
Yeah. Do you read the terms and conditions?
No, they're too long.
I don't either.
Because let's be honest, if you want to use a service, you're going to use it.
Yeah.
You think the terms and conditions are really going to stop you? Because I hear that all the time. Like, where they'll say TikTok, and it's like, well, yeah, TikTok's terms and conditions might be weird, but have you read Facebook's? I guarantee they're just as bad.
Especially,
You're giving them access to all your information. It doesn't matter what company it is.
You're right. And no matter what like the literature might be, there's, you know, especially something like that where it was probably written by something super fucking smart with some loopholes. They'll just word literature differently in the terms and agreements, you know.
Yeah, they might make it sound nicer, but
The same thing.
They still
or like similar.
Dude, you sign up on your phone, you give them access to your storage, like all that. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
They have access to your camera, your phone, your mic.
Dang, the mic, dude.
Yeah, they have that and that's how they do the targeted ads where like, let's say I talked about like just me saying this right now, Slim Jims. I'm gonna get a Slim Jim ad later. I guarantee I will bet money on it because there's always your mic is always on and listening because of like Siri and all that kind of stuff. It's always listening because Siri's waiting for you to like say something to make a command.
Yeah.
So they tap into that technology, and then that's how they give you ads that are targeted towards what you're talking about.
Yep. That's how it is.
And it's like, I'm not turning off Siri. I like using it. You know what I mean? It's just, like, I'm not going to compromise for that.
Oh, so you could turn off Siri.
Yeah, you could turn it off.
I never knew. Oh, I'm an idiot.
You could turn it off if you don't need it.
I'm an idiot.
But, long drives, I don't like touching my phone while I'm driving, so I use voice command. And it's safer,
Wow. Okay. Well, I learned something new. You could turn off Siri or turn it on.
Yeah, I don't know whether that 100% protects you
of
from
course.
Facebook, using your mic still, but at least technically, from a technical level, your phone isn't always on and listening.
Okay.
At least from a setting point of view.
Yeah.
Oh
my goodness, dude.
But yeah, man, Siri's on. It's listening. It's listening to you snore in your sleep and everything.
Listening to you play your butthole.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, we'll close it out with it's not. What is it about the bench press that's so sick?
Oh, the bench press. That's like the ultimate.
Like why? Like what's so like exhilarating about that? Because today was like chest and tries. I was at the gym listening to Slaughter to Prevail, feeling cool.
This is some Jesus piece.
Oh my goodness! And I was like, that's the one fucking exercise that makes you feel something. It's always the bench press.
It's because you're pushing against your own weight.
It's so manly.
Well, you were laying on your back, so it's like vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's a very vulnerable position you're in.
What is it about that fucking exercise, man?
I mean, it's one of the toughest ones. I guess a squat might be harder, but like
Squat sucks.
I'm not a big squat guy. I would prefer the press for sure.
Of course. Well, we're a guy.
Yeah. But yeah, there is something dope about it for sure. Like you get off the bench and you feel.
You're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, your adrenaline's pumping for sure.
I'm ready for some bot pussy, dude. you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Ready for that fucking BP.
BP.
And I'm not talking about the oil company. I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Shout out BP.
Oh, my. There's something about the exercise. I mean, a lot of people feel this way, but, dude, doing leg day, the moment you wake up, you're going to do leg day. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I do a lot of cardio, so I just have to deal with it.
Yeah,
You know.
you gotta do it. Shout out to females. Do you like? It's funny how it's so opposite from men. Where like the men like the bench press, like the shoulder press, like the pull ups. For women, it's like you kind of have to do legs all the time. Legs, squats, deadlifts.
Yeah,
it's like it's funny. Like for guys,
it's all
like
lower body.
It's all like upper body. For females, it's all lower body.
It's all lower body.
That
yeah.
is
kind of funny.
They got the shit in there because that sucks.
Yeah, leg workouts don't feel good. They just don't feel good.
That's some.
They hurt.
That's some respect, dude.
I feel like you have more like nerve endings and stuff in your legs. Mm-hmm. Like it's more painful, you know.
Yeah, it hurts, and you feel like a pussy every time.
It makes you feel like less of a man.
Yeah, it's like
doing legs.
It's like you do legs. I don't feel great or cool, but you do bench press. You're like, I'm the shit.
It's weird because you feel like your whole body's going to work out when you're doing a bench press.
It's so I don't know what it's.
What's a core? It's because it's core. You're using a lot of your core muscles.
Yeah.
You know.
You could do just the bar. You feel sick.
Oh yeah.
I've done that before. Just the bar. Like
Well, yeah, because if you do the bar, you could just do like a bunch of reps.
Oh yeah.
You do like 50 reps with just the bar.
Yep.
Easy.
Well, because your brain doesn't know the weights you have on the bar. Mm-hmm. So you can make it feel pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah, just get into it.
Shit. Well, Zach, I think we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, went on a journey with that one.
Holy shit, that was a journey.
Sick.
This episode is called Redemption. Because
I like that.
Last week, I appreciate you watching and listening because I was on fumes, man. I was barely even here, but I just, there's an old saying that always do your best.
Always
do your best, man. And the thing is about your best, it could be here, up here, or it could be. Some days you'll try your best, and it's a little bit. It's like it's not so great,
right?
But if you just try to do your best, it definitely varies in quality and execution. But there's a magic of just doing your best.
No matter what, at least at the very least, you did your best.
Yeah.
Yep,
totally. So, or maybe this episode's called "Slamming Some Bot Pussy." Is people can click that?
It's the most clickbait title of all time.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
It. Oh yeah.
Deathcore and Bot Pussy.
There you go. There it is.
I'm talking because I drank this fucking Stone Cold beer, Broken Skull. Shout out, badass.
Shout out, Stone Cold, man.
All right, just remind people, Zach, where people find you if you want to.
Oh yeah,
just give a little shout out.
Cool. Yeah. So Instagram, Astral Media, ASTRAL Media. Post some music videos and cool content out there. If you like art, check it out.
Sick. All right, everyone. Thank you. Till next time. Later.
Peace.